Hello, welcome to the overview on PondBuilder. PondBuilder is just one of the tools in the suite of Agrins conservation planning tools. In order to start PondBuilder, you need to zoom into your area of interest. I do this by clicking on Zoom to Legal Description. I get a pop-up menu where I can populate the section, township, and range. When I click on Search, I'm zoomed into that section. Once I get into that section, I want to make sure that my contour lines are on and my aerial imagery is on. And once those are on, I can zoom in just a little bit tighter at this point in time to better identify the location that I want to build my pond. Once I get zoomed in and my contour lines are refreshed, my first step is to draw in my dam. I click on my Draw Dam icon and I start on one side of the drainage area, move across to the other hillside, double click, and that will indicate where my dam is at. After my dam is drawn, the next step I want to do is to draw in my watershed, and I do that by just moving my stretchy polygon around my watershed and indicating where the top of the hill is. At this point in time, I simply, when I want to end, I double click and my watershed is drawn in, and it indicates to me that my watershed is 140 acres. After drawing my watershed, I'm going to draw in my flow lines. My flow lines give me my time of concentration. What I'm looking for is the longest distance water flows from the top of the watershed down to the dam. I can draw in multiple flow lines, and the program will measure each one of the flow lines and use the longest flow line for the time of concentration. My next step is to generate a runoff curve number. I do this by clicking on the icon for the RCN or runoff curve number. I get a pop-up box that asks me, do I know what my runoff curve number is? Yes or no. If I don't know what it is, I can click on no, and I'll be led through a tutorial to generate a runoff curve number. But in this example, I'm going to say yes, I know what my runoff curve number is, and I'm going to put in a runoff curve number of 75. At this point in time now, I'm ready to generate the results of all the pond options for this site. So I'm going to click on my Create Pond. I'm going to get a pop-up menu that asks me, do I want to change any default values? And for this example, I'm going to say no, let's just use the default values, and I'm going to click on Create Pond. Now I'm going to get a table of all the results that it can sort. If I click at the top of any one of the columns, I will sort from smallest to largest. If I click again, I sort from largest to smallest. Not only can I sort my columns, but I can also filter them. The importance of sorting and filtering is that I have a lot of different options available to me. I have 15 options on a page, and I have 5 pages, so I have a lot of different options to look through for this one site. For this example, I'm going to take my largest pond, which has a 10-inch helical corrugated metal pipe, and I'm going to click on View Pond. And the program now will be generating an aerial view of my pond. I'm going to turn off contour lines to clean up the view a little bit. But the program is generating an aerial view that will indicate to me what my permanent pool is and what my temporary pool is. So in this case, you can see that the blue is the permanent pool and the red is the temporary pool. The temporary pool, of course, is backing water right up to the road. So I could reconsider this pond. I can reconsider it by going up to my green bar, clicking on it, and I get all my options again. I can choose a smaller pond, click on View Pond, and it would show me an aerial view. But for this example, I'm going to use this view, and I have several different options at this point in time. I can generate a report by clicking on my report icon, and when I do that, I get a pop-up menu where I have to populate a little bit of information. Then I'm going to click on Create Report. When I click on Create Report, the program is generating a PDF file that will be asked to open or save. In this case, I'm going to say let's just open it. And a PDF file will be downloaded onto my computer that I can view. In this PDF file. There are two different reports. There's a report for the landowner, which gives basic information for the landowner, but then there's another report for the conservation planner, which gives more detailed information for the conservation planner. In addition to the report, I can also download GIS data. If I want to put this information onto a GPS unit, go out to the field and stake the center line of the dam and the permanent and temporary pool, I certainly can do that. I can also save a shapefile into a client database. The last thing that I want to show you in this overview session is a save session and load session. In this case, if a landowner is not ready to make a decision, instead of starting over again 6 months when he comes back into the office, I can simply click on Save Session, and I'll get a pop-up box that asks me to save the session. After I save this session, then the landowner, if he comes in 6 months later, I can go ahead and load the session and start off from where I stopped 6 months ago. These are basic overview features of PondBuilder. I hope that you go to the Agrin website and you check out PondBuilder for yourself. You can demonstrate PondBuilder by giving it a test run and seeing how it works for you.